he does. Yes, he does.
I said all that to say I thank God for him having prodigal behavior. Yeah, prodigal. As rich as he is, you think that he would look past all of us. But he's right here in the room with us. And I'm here to give God praise because I recognize his presence in the room. We're a bunch of nobodies. But God says I'm prodigal like that. I can hang with folks like that. Because it's not about how poor you are. It's not about how bad you are. It's about how good I am. Let me get to this text. Luke, the Gospel of Luke. Luke, he's the only Gospel writer who communicates this parable. And Luke captures the master's storyteller and his ability to craft a story to make good sense. They teach us in seminary that whenever you preach on a parable, make sure you mention the whole parable. But I found it hard to do it with this situation because there's so much detail and so much information Jesus inserted into this parable that Luke captures the master storyteller's sentiment. To drive home the point of how and why sinners like you and me are joyfully received. Unlike the first two parables, he puts more detail in this particular story. Using the backdrop of a father who has two sons, we can easily find ourselves in this story. We find several implications in the text as well that help us to surmise actions in this story. You probably have not noticed this before, but the younger son is not the only one in this story that has prodigal behavior. While we expect for the father to provide for his children, we do not expect the father to give something to the son when it's not time yet. That's right now. Come on. So you got to understand that this son had the audacity to ask for something that he was not supposed to get until after his father had passed away. A lot of people, when they talk about this son, they talk about him in terms of how greedy he was. But I've come to understand that this really wasn't about greed. He always had what he wanted, but this had everything to do with control. The whole sense of a young person living in somebody's house is the fact that I can't wait till I turn 18 so that I can get out of here. Because then I can be in control. Right. And those of us who are now in our golden moments, our 40s and our 60s, we look back at that and laugh with like, you are so uninformed. Because the truth is, you just did what I did long time ago, and I learned the hard way that no matter how much control you think you have, you are still not in control. Just because you got your income tax, just because you got your little refund from your school money, don't think that you can ride high like a big baller stockholder. You are still going to be subject to somebody who's going to call the shots for you. You preach, man. Yes, sir, you preach. This son, he says, Father, give me the portion that falls to me. Give me what you're supposed to give me. Give me the trust fund. Give me the inheritance. Give me my share. I'm going to go to the bank in a few days and I'm going to cash in on it and I'm going to get loaded. I'm going to put it in my Ferrari. I'm going to take my glad rags and I'm going to put them in the back seat and I'm going. See you later. And what was unique is that the father let it happen. Let it happen. But see, when you see in parenting, I'm learning this. because I got kids who are getting up in age and they're starting to make their own decisions. And I look at some of their decisions and I'm like, I don't know about that. But see, now they're up in age. I can't really question them. I got to let them do what they're going to do. Because see, when they fix their mind on something, they're going to do just what they're going to do. And I don't care how much you beat on your chest. I don't care how many holes you put in the wall. It's not going to make a bit of difference. Because when they're tired, they're tired. And when they're out, they're out.
Come on now.
So here's a word for all of you who are in that situation.
Yes,
let them go.
Let them go.
For all the pastors in the room who are dealing with members who are giving you grief and they're trying to hold something over your head, tell them they're ready to walk out. Hold it open. Hey, no, we don't have to call a board meeting. Listen, I ain't mad at you. Let me hold the door for you. You didn't even have you hold your car. Now, we can imagine that the father is aching because it's not so much that the son wants to get his stuff now. But he said to his father, I no longer regard you as my father. I'm asking for something that requires you to be dead. Because as far as I'm concerned, you are dead to me. That's in essence what he said.
Right.
Which takes me to my first point. I like to align my points when you can follow me in the text. And this has to do with this young man. The first thing this man did is that he emancipated himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He emancipated himself.
Yeah.
The text said that he asked for his inheritance. He left home and then he wasted his inheritance. He emancipated himself. Yeah. This action suggests that there were problems in the home.
Yeah.